Shut the f up. I don't give a f, dude. Look at this. Look at this. He's fighting a professional boxer.
Jake Paul isn't going to be having it easy till his fight against Mike Tyson happens. Everyone believed the chaos would be over by July 20th, but unfortunately, things went sideways, and it had to be postponed. Anyway, on the list of famous individuals not making it easy for Jake Paul is Joe Rogan. Yeah, Joe is known to pick sides carefully or not even pick sides at all, but in this case, Joe is evidently picking Tyson's side and exposing Jake Paul's setbacks in the forthcoming match he has against Tyson. Joe won't stop using his podcast to inform folks that Joe does not deserve Tyson's time of going against him in a ring. According to Joe Rogan, he knows for a fact that Jake would get his bones broken in the ring when he faces Tyson. Jake might think he's up to the task of defeating Tyson, but to what end?
Tyson, I mean, obviously he's a legend, but considering what you did tonight, should a 53-year-old really be getting in the ring with you, do you think?
Yeah, if Tyson wants to get in the ring, I'm down, and he does. So here we are. He's one of the baddest men on the planet, and if he wants that opportunity and that smoke, he's the one who is like, let's make this a pro fight. I'm gonna end you, and I'm ready for it, and I'm excited for it. And he's a beast.
It's
very
amazing.
Dangerous.
It's amazing. No matter what would have happened here, somebody would have asked the question of, should this fight really happen?
Most folks are on Tyson's side and can't help wondering why Jake is willing to put himself through that type of risk. Joe Rogan has discussed it again and again on his podcast that he knows Tyson would knock Jake out. Joe even once talked about Tyson's raw meat diet and how Jake can never match up to that. Not to talk of Tyson's routines in the gym or even his natural punching power.
Sure, you have some opinions about Jake Paul and Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson is 57 years old. Honestly, I just think it's sad, bro. I don't know why Jake took it. It's a lose-lose. Everyone's gonna know him as the guy that knocked out on old Mike Tyson.
At his age, if you get hit by one solid
Turn
Jake
into
Paul
prune
punch,
juice.
you're prune juice.
It's Mike Tyson. Anything can happen. Jake could literally walk out without an ear. Like, bro, he's...
The funny thing is,
it's a lot for Jake Paul to overlook. Tyson isn't just a regular fighter. He earned his spot when the sport was tight. The generation Tyson had fought and made history is the generation in which every fighter was out to tear their opponents apart in the ring, but Tyson still came on top. So Jake entering the boxing community like 4 years ago, after going from being a YouTuber to a fighter, is a good reason to know Jake is truly not up to the task. There have been different takes on the fight. Jake has a little fan base concerning the match, and those are the people cheering him on and giving him hope that he can do it. But there's a larger percentage that makes Jake know he's no match for Mike Tyson.
So this is a lose-lose for Jake Paul. You can't go out there and potentially beat up Uncle Mike, the guy that's so loved by the world. You don't get no cool points for that. Let's say you go in there and you do beat up Uncle Mike. So you think now people are gonna respect you. Oh, Jake Paul, yeah, you beat Mike Tyson, 58-year-old Mike Tyson. No, you're not gonna get the respect for that. In fact, I think it'd actually be worse. People might hate you more because it's Uncle Mike. Everyone loves Uncle Mike.
There are talks about Jake always looking out to fight people not in his league. If they were not way older than him like Tyson, they wouldn't be in his weight class like Mike Perry. Folks are saying Jake is intentionally dodging fighters in the same physical strength and fighter level as him because he knows he would lose. But hey, who says he wouldn't lose even with the way Tyson is 58 years old? Maybe Jake's younger age can play a role in the match, but Tyson would knock him out really quickly when talking about the skill set, punching power, and mental tactics of the sport. Almost everyone keeps hinting that Tyson would hand Jake's ass to him in the fight.
I don't know if he's in his prime. He's fat. He should be lean and mean. He's fat and funky. I saw him with his shirt off the other day. He's fat. I thought, did you start training already?
Hey, Buster Douglas was fat, am I right?
I know, but you're no Buster Douglas.
I'm better. I'm better.
No,
and I'm gonna end you quicker than he did. And you'll remember that forever. You started me off. I appreciate that, Mike. I love you. I love you.
Folks are out there supporting Tyson regardless of his old age or his being in retirement for too long. But here's the kicker. There's still the part where people feel the fight is not advantageous to Jake Paul in any way whatsoever. Folks think it's a lose-lose situation for Jake whether he wins or loses. Jake doesn't want to be remembered as the fighter that knocked out the 58-year-old Mike Tyson, and at the same time, he wouldn't want to be embarrassed in the boxing community as he gets his bones broken after Tyson knocks him out. Everyone would mock Jake for losing after boasting that he'd be the one to taint Tyson's legacy. Right now, people keep chanting the same thing. and that's Tyson knocking Jake out of the ring. Professional fighter Manny Pacquiao was asked about how he thought the outcome of the fight would be. Y'all should know Manny didn't have trouble declaring who he felt was going to win the fight.
What do you think of Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson? That fight just got announced. Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson.
They're going to fight, huh?
Yeah, they're going to fight. Do you think Jake Paul can beat Mike Tyson?
I don't think so.
Even Eddie Hearn, Devin Haney's promoter, was asked the same question, and he didn't hesitate to nominate his winner.
Yeah, you're asking the wrong guy. I'm a hardcore boxing fan. He's one of my heroes. I find it very sad. But it's a big event. I understand people are going to watch it. And it's entertainment, I guess, but for someone that idolised the guy growing up, yeah, not the best day.
Do you think Jake Paul gets any credibility if he beats Mike Tyson?
He's 58 years old.
It's as clear as day that Jake may not just be losing, he may sustain serious injuries that will keep him away from the ring for a while. Judging from Tyson's training footage that recently surfaced, y'all should know Tyson is ready to give it his all. Folks are saying Tyson doesn't even need to go all out to beat Jake, but with the way he's now going through the rigorous process of putting in the work, Jake should just prepare for the worst possible outcome in the ring. Another training session footage showed Tyson's body features still in shape, as his biceps don't seem like they are losing touch or not going to do the perfect job during the fight.
Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Interestingly, word on the street is that Tyson's punching power alone is enough to send Jake out of the ring within a few minutes, so it will be more dangerous for Jake as Tyson is giving his all. Don't get it twisted, Jake Paul has also been going through some really intense training sessions. It even got so bad that Jake was accused of using steroids to be in better shape for the supposed fight that was to happen on July 20th. Fortunately for Jake, he still got to fight on that exact day. It wasn't just with Mike Tyson. Jake channeled his energy and training towards Mike Perry, and he knocked him out. We will be back to that in a minute. Anyway, everyone keeps mocking Jake, saying that he wouldn't be able to beat Tyson, the legend. Even Tyson himself criticized Jake. Tyson told Jake he would beat him because he's fat, and he had seen the type of fighters that knocked him out. Tyson meant that those fighters weren't close to his range, so Jake coming for him was just a mistake he'd end up regretting pretty soon. Even when Shane Mosley dropped his 2 cents on the match, he avoided taking sides as he gave Jake his flowers. Still, he also mentioned that he felt Tyson would be on the winning side of the fight due to his experience and skill in the set. It's just miles ahead of Jake's career. It's undebatable that he has the larger percentage of winning the fight.
To me, I think that he's not too old. I think that he is too old, but not too old for that fighter at 28 years old because Jake Paul's only been fighting for 4 years. I think that he has a big advantage because of the experience. Now, the guy had experience when he started boxing.
However, while known figures are out there rooting for Tyson to teach Jake a lesson, not everyone agrees with that point. Former fighters like Bernard Hopkins felt a different way about the fight. Bernard isn't all about who will win the match. He genuinely doesn't care whether Jake Paul wins the match or Tyson does. Bernard is even disgusted by the idea of the 27-year-old Jake Paul going against 58-year-old Mike Tyson. In Bernard's words, it's degrading to Mike Tyson. Bernard himself had been a fighter during Tyson's generation, and he knew how they put their blood and sweat into the sport, so he felt it was outrightly disrespectful for an upcoming fighter like Jake Paul to think he even had a chance at ruining Tyson's legacy in the sport.
Mike Tyson coming out to fight Jake Paul.
I don't like it.
Is it because of the...
Jay, I look at Mike, it's like, I look at him different in a way of my era. Like people looked at Ali, and I looked at Ali different too, but not too many people. Marvin Hagler, Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Robinson. I don't like it. I think it's become more of a sideshow.
Other experts in the sport have also criticized the idea. Yeah, it's not like it will stop the date that has already been set, but folks are just trying to take a stance on the upcoming fight. Even Anthony Joshua didn't feel like it was a cool idea. Mike Tyson is an idol in the sport that everyone who was aiming to be a fighter looked up to. So it was really unexpected that Jake, who is a YouTuber turned fighter, will be the one to bring him out of retirement. let's circle back to Jake Paul's recent fight with Mike Perry. Yeah, Jake did a good job in knocking the BKFC champion out 3 out of 6 rounds. It was obvious Jake was out to win the match, to prove himself to the world that he is a great fighter. Jake made sure he threw some heavyweight punches and landed them strategically on Perry, which brought about his victory. By tag victory of Jake caused a stir in both the boxing community and on the internet. On the internet, folks reminded Jake Paul that Mike Perry is Mike Tyson. They are so far apart in terms of everything related to boxing, so Jake shouldn't get ahead of himself and think because he was able to beat Perry, he would be chanced to do the same thing with Tyson. However, it seemed like MMA champion Conor McGregor already had it in for Jake before the match. No one is sure if Conor was more angry at the fact that Jake beat Perry, who is signed under the BFKC, which he co-owns, or if Conor hated that it was Jake who knocked Perry out. In a now deleted tweet, Conor expressed his frustration as he called Jake out. Conor wrote on the X platform, "Jake Paul is the biggest piss bag I have ever seen in my life. 40-pound weight difference juiced out of his head and still shitting himself in there." Conor added, "Nikisa, you should take him to Vegas. Oh, that's right, you could never. The athletic commission testing, real fighting, bitch asses, you could never." And then calling out 60-year-old Mike Tyson fresh off an in-flight medical emergency. I swear to God, a fat can of bitch piss. Most valuable piss bag. Conor also lashed out at Perry for losing the match, saying he had fired him from the company. Conor added, "Hey Mike, you're released and you can go and compete in your smelly dirty boxing championship thing. The smell of it, good luck. You're fired. Shubaric Knuckle FC." Well, that's sad news for Perry, but Jake can't say the same thing. In fact, Jake didn't hesitate to reply to Conor when he got the chance. Jake instantly fired back at Conor during a press conference he had attended after his match with Perry. Jake challenged Conor to a fight as he told him to stop avoiding getting in the ring with him. Jake wants them to settle their feud in the ring like real fighters and not on X or any other social media platforms. In the spirit of challenging other fighters to a match, Jake told Alex Pereira the same thing. Jake also wants Pereira to agree to get into the ring with him so that they can know who the real deal is out of them. Jake is trying to get all the fighters he can get in the ring with him, as it seems he has something to prove to people in the boxing community who have looked down on him. Folks are telling Jake to handle Tyson's match, which is right in front of him, first before venturing into setting contracts and dates for other fights. November 15th is almost here, and everyone can't wait to see whose hand will be raised as the winner. Yeah, a lot of predictions are going towards Mike Tyson's name, but we will just have to wait to see who the winner will be. So do you think it is really a bad idea for Jake to go against Mike Tyson in the ring, as things might go sideways and put him in a terrible position? Or do you think it's a big deal that an upcoming fighter like Jake wants to fight a legend like Mike Tyson professionally in the ring? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel or turn on post notifications so you don't miss out on boxing news updates.